Hi guys, this is our FSE podcast for the fumble for at this year's Livingston Parish Fair. I'm Zaid.
I'm Maddox.
I'm London.
I'm Kinley.
And what was fun about the fumble? It was
really funny. It was the best part was like when you finished one of the races. It was like really funny afterwards. Like we were like shaking, and it was like so weird. But we in the midst of all that, we were just laughing so hard, and we could not get over that.
Are you talking about like every time or whenever you face planted right after you got past the goal?
Well, especially that time. But so for piggyback ride, London was on my back, and so something the other team did made me kind of mad. So I was like determined to beat them. So I ran as fast as I could, and then when we were turning around the cone, they were beating us. So I was like furious. So I tried to run even faster, and I ended up like really getting ahead of them. And then when we got like right past the cone, I like hit the dust, and we literally, I rewatched the video. London's feet flared out, and I just hit the ground, and London fell on top of me, and Miss Smith had to help us up.
I fell on top of you really, really hard.
I would agree with y'all because that was one of the best and the funniest parts. But some of the best parts I would have to say was when Zaid was like acting like he was riding a horse on the one with the balloons in between your legs.
That was
I didn't see that
hilarious.
till the end, but it was funny.
I was hopping at first, but then like my body just told me to turn sideways, and I started getting it.
Yeah.
And then I ran back to the spot where we sit, just like galloping and acting like I'm riding a horse.
That was funny.
That was one of my favorite nights at the
Also,
fair.
the competition that we did the best on was the 3-leg race. I think me and Jenna started it off really good, and then was it Damien who ended?
I think it was Damien and Pacey.
Yeah, and they just brought it all home. It was so good. But we came in first for that event. I rewatched the video because I just liked watching it. But me and Jenna, we beat all of them, and then they started catching up a little bit more, and so then Damien, like, was so fast.
Me and Maddox went pretty fast, but like he started hopping, and we almost fell. But around the turn, I got us back up, and we started running again.
I was so thankful that Zaid was like, stop hopping at the corner.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have done that, we probably would have face planted. It would have been funny, but we would have lost.
One of my worst events was either the sack race or the ball kick because I was never good at those. And I was not expecting to do that one, the sack race, because he told me he cut me out of it, but then last minute he's like, you're doing the sack race. So I was like, okay. So my legs are so long, they can barely fit in the sack. And I kept, like, tripping over my own feet in there. And I had to keep pulling it up. I don't know how I didn't fall. I almost fell one time, but I'm surprised we came in second for that one. That one was like, I did not start off too good.
I was never fast in the sack race, but like he put me in, and I almost fell like 2 or 3 times, but I just started hopping to save myself. I could not go fast, but like people like Maddox, not trying to pick on them, but they have shorter legs, so they can fit in the sack easier, so they're so much faster.
The people with short legs, they can just like zoom. And when my sack only goes up to my waist and other people's going all the way up to their shoulders, that does not make any sense.
Yeah, but still, even though I'm short, my leg kept on getting stuck in the corner of the sack, and I almost, like, had to I had to hop every few seconds because my foot kept on getting stuck.
I couldn't get my foot in the corner.
I'm surprised our bag didn't break because every time we practiced, we'd break like 3 every practice.
Yeah, and that was in grass, and then we got out here in dirt.
I'm surprised we didn't fall in no horse poo.
I think Jenna threw some at my mouth. It could have been a rock, but the day before there was a rodeo and there was poop everywhere. So it hit my lip. So I was a little grossed out. But she just threw it at me and it hit my mouth.
The kickball, I was like Mr. Bobby said I was the best at it. He said that was my best hour of being a French Element Lion athlete. I didn't think so. I think I'm pretty better at basketball.
Pretty better.
Be quiet.
I don't know how you did that good. When
didn't
I
pay
tried
attention.
kicking the ball would like swerve everywhere.
It's because of the bumps on the ground. I hit it. It went off the side of my foot, so it went straight towards Mr. Anthony, and I was just like, I was full on Messi mode, just kicking the ball around. But I got it back quick.
Oh, and also the egg toss.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so
We
happy I
didn't-
wasn't in that.
I'm
In the
glad
5th grade,
it wasn't.
I
us
have
that
to
tossed.
say this. In the 5th grade one, they tossed the egg, and it landed on my best friend's head.
Did it crack?
Yes, it splattered all over their head.
Oh my god. I can just imagine it.
That was another one of our not so good ones, but and then there was the quiz bowl. I mean,
That one, I
it
mean,
wasn't
I,
terrible.
I think we did pretty good on that one. I mean, like, we might have got some questions wrong. I know why I got mine right because, like, I know the 3 branches of the government. It's like legislative, judicial, and executive. So I knew all of those. So I got
Well,
that one right.
apparently the longest river is Mississippi. Maddox.
Hey, I didn't know it didn't specify.
It said what's the longest river. It had Mississippi, Yazoo, and I don't know how to say it, and
You act
Amazon.
like I pay attention to the rivers. The only time I'm on a river, it's where I'm gonna fish.
That's
It's true. I mean, like, I swim in rivers, but, like,
I had how to spell beginning. I remember that from like 3rd grade. But
hey, at least you got that one. I wasn't going to get that one right.
Jenna decided to get how many stomachs does a cow have.
That was
2?
Jenna.
Jenna?
Yeah. I did not know a cow had 4 stomachs.
London, that was on the
Miss
study guide.
Smith has been saying that.
I knew that, but before we got the study guide, I had
didn't know
no
that.
clue. I was like, oh my god, whenever I saw it.
And not gonna lie, in the quiz bowl, I was like Zaid. I didn't know how to spell beginning, so I just did the river one.
Everybody's
I
like,
just-
I hope Kinley gets beginning. I hope it.
Yeah, because no one else knows how to spell.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't even come in for the spelling bee because I got out on rhythm. Rhythm.
Isn't that like it's RTHYM?
No, it's
Probably not.
R-Y-T-H-M.
Well, I can't spell.
Yeah, I think we figured that out.
All right. Well, overall, we had a great time, and we're definitely sad that we're not going to be able to do it next year, but we'll be there to watch them at the Fun Bowl next year. So that's it.
Jenna is making
We
me
have a
laugh
lot
the
of
whole
awkward
time.
turtle
I started
conversations.
buzzing out laughing twice.